Hi everyone, God bless you, God be with you, God protect you. Here we are again in my channel, Curly Costa. For those who don't know me, my name is Keishla and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're having episode 2 of our series, Coping with Trauma, where I talk about the ways that I was able to cope with trauma. In episode 1, if you haven't seen it, I'll leave the link up in the message in the eye, and I will also leave it at the end of the video so that you could see it. In episode 1, we spoke about how the number one thing that helped me cope with my trauma of sexual assault was God. In episode 1, we already talked about that. In this episode, we're going to talk about family, which is the second thing that helped me cope with my trauma. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get on with this video.
En esta jornada, acompáñame en esta jornada. No es un amor de ese estilo de vida, no es un amor de ese estilo de vida. Amar a mis rizos, amarme a mí misma. Amar a mis rizos, amarme a mí misma. Hablar de mi Dios y de Jesucristo. Hablar de mi Dios y de Jesucristo. Y yo soy Curly Costa, Curly Costa, rizos pentecostal, rizos pentecostal. Yo soy Curly Costa.
So first of all, I really think that family is super important for everyone. I know there's many people who don't have the luxury or don't have the access to family like many of us are blessed with. But in this video, I'm not just going to talk about family. Also, I will be speaking about friends, those type of persons who come to your life and end up being so important to you that they become family to you. Family is not only the people that have the same blood as you, but also the people who have been with you throughout all the bad situations and the trauma and the sadness, all of these things that in life we go through. Those people who have been there and stayed, those we call family. So it's not only I'm not only speaking about family in a literal biological way, but also the people who just become family. So I wanted to read a passage, a verse from the Bible, and it has become one of my favorite verses because it is so important for us to understand the power that our companions or the people that come into our lives, our friends, family, the people around us are so important to us and our life and our health. And it's so important to have people there for us who can help us overcome the situations that we may come across. So in Proverbs 17:17, it says something that is super important. And I wanted to share it with you guys because I know that you guys will be able to understand even more the importance of having a support system, the importance of not dealing with stuff by ourselves, and the importance that having people who care about us is for our health and well-being and for our healing too. So with that being said, in Proverbs 17:17 it says, "A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity." Let me read that again. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity. So, as we can see, it talks about, for me, the way that this verse speaks to me is telling me that we could have a friend, and many times we have friends who we don't speak to as often as we should, or a friend that is there, but there's nothing deeper than just being like, oh yeah, that's my friend. Um, and how in the times of trouble, in the times of hardships, tribulations, in the trauma, in the times where we want to give up, in the times where we can't see anything else but we believe that it's the end for us, those times is where that friendship is tested, and we are able to just become from friends to family. I love that it says a friend loves at all times, because obviously we love all of our friends. We love and we support, and we're there for our friends. But many times, what differentiates a person from being just a friend to a person who you call family is those times of adversity, those times of hardship. That is where you are able to see where a friend stays a friend and a friend changes and transforms into a brother or a sister. And that's the same thing with family. Um, we may have people in our lives like our parents, our sisters, brothers, cousins, any relations with a family member. And in those times of adversity, you see the difference between family, like casual family, and the difference between family, like the real meaning of family. And it's the same with friendships, it's the same with family, it's the same all around. And I say this, and I wanted to um, speak about this first because I want you guys to understand the importance of having a real support system, not people who casually come now and then and check up on you whenever you're going through a situation, but people who are there constantly, people who have shown you the difference between a friend and a family member, uh, the difference between a friend and a brother, the difference between a friend and a sister. That is one what first of all, before I even speak about my coping, I wanted to be able to say that to you guys. So with that being said, that was like a little introduction. Um, as you guys know, and I spoke about it in my previous video in episode 1, I also have my testimony, which I could put in the eye also for you guys to see. And I spoken freely because I am not ashamed of speaking about what I've been through. And I spoke about my own testimony of how I was a victim of sexual assault, and I survived sexual assault. And after many many times, you see many people speak about victims of a trauma like it's nothing, like get over it, um, like it already passed, you already good, you already safe. But they don't understand the fact that after a traumatic event, all the other stuff that come after you survive that trauma, it doesn't end there. The trauma doesn't end there. Just because something happened, it doesn't mean that it is finished. But the things that come after that trauma, that situation, the things that come after, the not only afterthoughts, but um for me, and I spoken about it before, it was panic attacks, it was paranoia. Like I couldn't be anywhere by myself. I couldn't function properly if I was by myself. And something that I could tell you, that is the importance of having family, friends, people who are part of your support system, is the fact that the trauma is not only yours, it becomes theirs also. And I'll explain that now. So when I was going through my situation after my sexual assault, I wasn't the only one dealing with the aftermath of it. I wasn't the only one dealing with the pain. I wasn't the only one dealing with the suffering. I wasn't the only one dealing with um, how things changed for me. I wasn't the only one dealing with that. My family had to also adapt to me, how I was changing. My family had to also um, change. My family had also had to experience part of the things that I was experiencing. They didn't know everything that was going on with me, but they were also going through it with me. So I was blessed to have my family be my support. I was blessed to have my family and friends and my brothers and sisters in the church to have that support to be able to overcome and cope with my trauma. I could tell you, I remember that many times when after the sexual assault, I remember going to like the grocery store or going to like Walmart, going to a department store, going places, public places, and needing to go to the bathroom and having to tell a family member, like my mom, my sister, that I needed to go to the bathroom, and they will have to go with me because if there wasn't someone there with me, I was not going to be able to go and use the restroom. And whenever I went into public places or we went out somewhere or whatever the case may be, I could tell that they were the same way, that they saw what was going on with me, because I was always paranoid. Even though I wasn't verbal about it, you could tell in my demeanor. And I would stay looking everywhere. And constantly I would be thinking about how I would get out of the situation if it would happen again. And for me, all of these things, the paranoia, the panic attacks, I was dealing with them by myself, but my family was there too. They were also dealing with it in their own way. They were also feeling the pain. They were also feeling the suffering. They were also dealing with it. And it's so important for us to understand that we're not the only ones that go through the situation. Our family goes through it too. Our friends, those people who are there for us, they're going through it too. They're experiencing, maybe not at the same level as us, but they're also experiencing that hurt, that trauma. They're also dealing with it. So I was blessed to have my family there to support me, to be there. Um, I remember trying to fall asleep and my sister be awake all night just checking up on me. Is it may be little things, but they help me to be able to get some sleep. They help me to be able to recover from the trauma, from the paranoia. Them pushing me to do certain things and to get out of my shell and to get out of my comfort after the whole assault. Them just being there helped me with my trauma, my emotions, all the things that were going on with me. So I just wanted to say that this this series, the videos are not going to be too long, but I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit of the things that help me and the things that we may not think that will help, but they would. And also to bring awareness to us as the victims too, as the survivors, to be able to open up, because I know that after going through trauma like this, it's hard to trust other people. It's hard to let people in, and I understand it completely. But also I understand that we are not the only ones going through it. Our family, our friends, those people that are trying to be there for us, they're also going through it. They're also experiencing your pain. Maybe not in the same level, but they're also experiencing it too. So I pray for everyone that is experiencing similar situations as I did. I pray that God heals your wounds. I pray that God gives you the support that you need. I pray that you're able to overcome all the obstacles, all this trauma, everything that you're going through. Give it to God. That's why I spoke about God being the number one help in my life and in coping with my trauma, because even though we don't see him, even though sometimes we feel like he's not there, he is, and he's working. And if we allow him to be there, if we allow him to help us heal, he will. And he will guide us, and he will heal all of our wounds. So let's trust in him. He has everything under control, and he will heal the wounds. We just have to allow him to. So I hope you guys like this video. I love making this type of videos because I know other people could take not only the advice, but they could take from my experience and also be able to heal with these tips, with this advice. And let's just keep on pushing. I know it may be hard right now, it may be difficult, but I know you will get through it. I know you will overcome, and you will come on top. And I know God has big purposes for you, and he will finish the work that he started on you. So don't give up, and keep on moving, keep on pushing, keep on fighting, because you're a survivor and nobody could take that from you. So God bless you, God be with you, God protect you, and this is into the next one. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe, to hit the like, to comment, to share, and to hit the bell notification. Bye.